Are you feeling intimidated or uninspired to work out at home? Well, if that's the case, I've got you covered. Because on today's episode, I'm showing you fun and creative ways to get in shape at home. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Mandy, I'm a life cheerleader, and I uplift others to raise their vibration. Now I'm so excited to have you guys joining me today because in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can stay in shape and get an amazing workout at home. Now this video is going to be broken down into three main parts. The first part is going to be me showing you some of my absolute favorite workouts over the last few months at the gym. The second part is going to be me showing you how you can start doing some of these at home. And the third part is a surprise. So make sure you stay tuned till the very end of the video to see it. Now before we get started, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to see it. All right, guys, let's get sweating right now.
Hey guys, today's fit tip is to make sure that you're always stretching before each and every workout. Now when it comes to stretching, you want to focus on doing more of a dynamic stretch than a static stretch. So what does that mean? Well, dynamic is going to look more something like yoga where you're flowing from each stretch to the next versus static where you're holding each stretch. All right guys, that's it for today. I am wishing y'all a healthy and happy one out there. Mwah.
Alright guys, I'm going to show you a dynamic stretch to help to work your legs out before you start training. So a really nice one that you can start with. It's pretty easy if you just want to get into a squat. And then you're just going to stick one leg out. And rather than holding it, you're just going to do a little bit of this. You're just going to kind of rock back and forth, side to side. That's it. Now this is really good because you're just warming your legs up. Now if you want to just come into a bit of a V here, we can just do this one. You don't want to stay stuck at any point. That's the whole point of a dynamic stretch. Just gonna keep going. Make sure you have a little bit of a micro bend in your knee. Very nice. All right, guys, those are two. Now, if you walk your hands out, there we go. Very nice, guys, very nice. Now, this one's a really amazing one as well. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the butterfly. Some of you might be here. It's okay. The main point of this is just trying to get your legs down as far as possible. Yes, I am quite flexible, but if you are not, that's okay. Do what feels good to you. You can just keep rocking your knees up and down just so you get a really nice stretch in the groin here. Beautiful. Guys, today's fit tip is all about rest. So in order for your muscles to fully repair, they need to get rest. What does that mean? Well, a good rule of thumb is to alternate between upper and lower body workouts so you have adequate rest in between upper and lower body, and to make sure that you are getting enough sleep every single night. All right, guys, that's it for today. I wish y'all a beautiful day out there. Mwah.
Hey guys, today's fit tip is to just make sure whenever you're doing any kind of squat that when you're coming up, you don't lock your knees, and instead, to avoid injury, you just want to put a little micro bend in them when you are coming up. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Hey guys, today's fit tip is just to make sure you're always staying hydrated both during your workout as well as throughout the rest of your day. So when you work out, you lose electrolytes, so hydrating yourself is going to help to replenish those as well as to keep your joints lubricated. All right, that's it. I hope you guys have a healthy and happy rest of your day. Mwah. Hey guys, today's fit tip is just to make sure whenever you're doing any sort of exercise that you just keep breathing. So whenever you're exerting any sort of energy out, the same goes with breathing. You want to breathe out. When you are in any sort of relaxation phase of any exercise, you want to breathe in. So you just want to keep that flowing, and I hope you all have a beautiful day out there. Mwah. Okay guys, I'm going to show you some of my favorite fitness items to recreate some of the gym workouts that you just saw. Now, please bear in mind, I love working out, so I've accumulated a lot of fitness items over the years, but after I show you these items that I have right here, I'm also going to show you household items that you can use instead, in case you might not have some of these. All right, let's do this. So my first item that I absolutely love is a stretchy band. What is this good for? Well, this can be used for so many things. Sometimes I'll put it underneath my feet and I'll use it as like a pulley, which can come in handy. Another way that I like to use this is actually taking, usually you can get these at like a chiropractic or physiotherapy clinic, these little it's like a loop, which is really cool. And what I'll do is it strategically has a little nub there, if you can see. You put this in the top of your door, close your door, and then it becomes resistance for you. So another way that you can use this, which I like to do, or actually using it like you hold each end and then you do a squat.
That's a really, really good leg and booty workout. Now with this, the other way that I like to use it is just to simply use it as resistance for arm exercises. Sometimes I'll loop it, I'll step on it and loop it under my feet, and I'll actually use it to like pull up in various ways. So it's, again, a really great arm workout there. So this is just one item that I absolutely love for home workouts. Now these babies, yeah, booty bands. These are probably one of my absolute favorite items to have for at-home workouts. You put them either around your thighs, or you can put them around your calves. And the beautiful thing about these is that you can use them whether you're doing another type of leg or booty workout, such as a glute bridge, for example. And say you have some weight on you, and you can just do the glute bridge by itself. But when you add this, it adds resistance, so you're actually working your muscles more. These booty bands come everywhere with me. I always take them on travels with me because they're so light, and you literally can roll them up and like, that's it, right? So booty bands are another at-home item, which are a must to recreate some of the exercises that I did in the gym. Another amazing item. Now, you can go two ways with these. These are 5-pound weights. These ones are cool because you can just put your hand in them and they kind of fit around. Sometimes I like to do like above the head kind of type exercises with this for my arms. Sometimes I use these, and they're a little bit more convenient than the regular dumbbell, which of course brings me to my next favorite item for at-home workouts, which is the standard dumbbell. Now, of course, these can be used for a multitude of exercises, and some of which I did in the workout videos you saw. I mean, there's so many. If you guys just Google or even look on Instagram, there's tons of workouts you can find just using dumbbells, and you can have an absolutely amazing upper body workout. All right, next on my list of favorite at-home workout items is ankle weights. Now, these are amazing, especially when you're doing any sort of booty or leg movements. One of my favorite ones to do is when you get like this and you just do back kicks. If you have those ankle weights on, I can almost guarantee you are going to have a fired up booty by the end of those workouts. Now, my next item that is a must-have is actually a yoga strap. Now, this is great for stretching at the end and beginning of your workouts. It might come in handy too for some of the workouts that you do at home, but for sure, this is a beautiful item to have. Now, an alternative you can use for this, if you don't have a yoga strap and you're wanting to increase your flexibility, is you could either use a scarf instead to kind of wrap around your feet. Another way you could go about it is to use a towel, like a smaller towel. Obviously, a big towel might get in the way of stretching, but those would be some alternatives that you can use instead of a yoga strap. All right, another item that I have on hand at home for workouts is this little guy right here, a resistance pulley band. There might be a different name for it, honestly, I don't know, but I just like to think of it as a resistance band, but with handles. So this thing can come in handy for lots of different exercises. I mean, one of the basic ones I love using it for is to strap it around my feet, both feet into it, and then basically essentially pull back as you would with a rowing machine. And you get a really beautiful workout in your back as well as your arms that way. Yeah, this one's great. All right, another item that I love to have on hand for at-home workouts is my yoga block. I know, surprise, surprise. Y'all know I love yoga and meditation. But even if you are not so into yoga and meditation, this can actually come in handy for at-home workouts if you want to train with weights as well. This one is great for stretching, obviously. One of the ways that sometimes I'll utilize this is if I put it at the end of my mat, I'll put my feet on it just to raise my feet up a little bit. So when I'm doing things like glute bridges, I like to really, really challenge my muscles and switch it up. So instead of just doing them flat, I'll use some elevation like this. And basically, essentially, it's like instead of your feet being here, you're just raising them up, and that little bit of elevation is gonna give you a totally different workout. So that's that. All right, another item that I love to have at hand for at-home workouts is my stepper. Now, I know a lot of you out there might not have invested in a stepper, and that's okay. If you don't have one of these at home, no problem. You can use something like a stool. A little stool will be just as fine to step up and down from. You could use a chair. Just make sure if you're going to be using a chair that it's not the kind that has wheels on the bottom, because you want it to be stable and you want to avoid injury. You could use, even for some exercises, I actually use the corner of my couch. Now that is a great way to incorporate instability in some of your glute and leg workouts. So sometimes what I'll do if I'm doing a glute bridge, instead of having something that's so solid and firm, I'll actually use, as I said, the corner of a couch, because then it actually triggers my muscles to be more challenged, to stabilize, and I get a better workout. So those are some of the items that I absolutely love. The last one I would say, and again, it's more of a preference thing, I love to always have workout gloves on hand, especially when I'm using weights, because I find that sometimes my hands can get calloused otherwise. I'm sure some of you have experienced this as well. So exercise gloves are one of my preferences. It's all good if you don't have them. And of course, I have my yoga mat. A lot of you out there at home do have a yoga mat or an exercise mat. If you don't, most of these exercises, to be honest, if not all of them, you can really just do using a floor. It's all good. You don't need a mat to exercise. It's more of a preference. I prefer a yoga mat because I have a little bit of stability when it comes to working out. Same with the gloves. Like, guys, you don't need these items, but if you have them and you can use them, why not? All right, now for getting creative. If you don't have some of the things that I just talked about in the previous segment, it's all good, because when we're at home, we can get fun and creative with items that we already have. So some of the ones that I've actually experimented with are, here we have our laundry detergent. Now this can come in handy, especially when you're doing things like glute bridges. You can use this basically as extra weight. I even have done arm exercises just lifting this. You might want to have two though, I would say, if you're going to be doing them. You don't have to though. You could do one arm at a time. I prefer doing two at a time. But laundry detergent is an alternative for extra weight. Another one that I've used is vinegar. I am going to say a word to the wise out there. Now, with vinegar, you want to make sure, actually with all of these items, make sure that they are extremely well done up. Make sure that caps are on tightly. Things are not going to be falling out. I actually did try using this morning in my booty workout. I used it alternatively to weights, just to experiment. I want to see how it would be. And funny enough, I guess the cap was not on as well as I thought it was. And all of a sudden, in the midst of a glute bridge, I started smelling like this raunchy stink of vinegar, and oh man, it was so bad. So anyways, long story short, make sure that your caps are on whenever you're going to be using alternatives like this. So another way that you can add extra weight at home when you're working out is to actually have a bag of rice or even potatoes. Now, with potatoes, sometimes it can get a little it might not be as comfortable because they can stick out of, in kind of a lump, I guess, in lumps. But with rice can be pretty nice because you can flatten it out. And this is a beautiful way to just have extra weight on you when, again, you're doing glute bridges, or you can use this like you could be doing squats and holding it and bringing it up. You could do arm exercises, even just lifting something like this over your head. I mean, all of these are great ways to just add extra weight, and they're items that you already have in your kitchen, most of you. So there's another one for you. And I know a lot of us have stocked up on pantry items because we're in social distancing right now. We're trying to avoid going to the grocery store. And we also just want to have a lot of food on hand in case you don't know, right? So one thing that I often buy are these cartons of bouillon, whether, for soups and all that fun stuff we're making at home these days. And these are also great just as arm weights. You can be doing like these kind of exercises. You could even do extensions like these two. Again, they're very inexpensive and a lot of you have these on hand. These can come in handy for workouts. Another tried and true that a lot of you have already in the cupboard are cans. Now these are great for obvious reasons. They are similar in shape to dumbbells. You can use these for obviously bicep curls. You can use them for overhead extensions. You can use them for flies. There's so many ways that these can come in handy. So guys, cans, there is no excuse for you not to be getting extra weights on in your workout. All right, guys, I know I promised you a bonus at the end of this video, so here it is. My tip for you after your workouts is that you can also have an at-home solution for massaging your muscles. And I know a lot of gyms usually have rollers or different little, fitness items that you can use to roll out. And I know you saw that earlier in the video that I was using as well. But I have an at-home solution for you that probably a lot of you, I'm guessing, would have out there. All you need is a nice little sock and tennis balls. And what do? Well, you take the balls and all you have to do is stick them just like so in the sock and just like that, and you just want to do a little knot in it like so, and voila, you have yourself a beautiful massage roller. I hope you guys feel so rejuvenated after you massage with this. I know I have. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching some of my favorite workouts as well as ways to stay fit at home. I want to know how you're staying in shape out there, whether it's mentally or physically. Comment below and send me some of your best tips on how you're staying in shape during social distancing or otherwise. And the last thing I just want to leave you guys with is just a few words from my heart, because I know that we're all going through so much right now. And one of the reasons why I wanted to produce this video in particular is that for me, working out is a beautiful way for me to release any sort of stress I'm feeling, whether it's the mental stress or just physical stress. I really love being able to have a healthy outlet to let out some of that stress. Now, if you're really feeling like your mind is not being able to shut off, I do have a meditation video. I will put the link for it below as well so that you can feel a little bit more at peace and stop some of these crazy anxious thoughts that are going on in your head if you happen to be someone that is experiencing that. Now, the other thing I just want to say to y'all is I know that even though right now might feel really heavy and it might feel like very stressful and everything kind of feels up in the air and you might feel unsure, times like these that we're going through right now are what ultimately make us stronger. And even though there's so much that we can focus on that might be scary or negative that's going on in the world right now, just know this: you are stronger than anything that ever happens to you. And the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video, no matter what, please, 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 is to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others. All right, that is it. The last thing I'm gonna ask you for, you all know, because I love you so much, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and of course, hit that little notification bell so that you'll be informed each and every time I come out with a new video. And I can promise you guys that I have plenty more coming up to entertain you during our social distancing and beyond. So, on that positive note, I'm sending y'all so much love, mwah, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day out there.